liberal woke thing of sitting next to him and being like, oh, it's okay, I don't mind sitting next to you, even though you're just glaring at me with your face turned towards me sideways. But it's frustrating because Starbucks does nothing about this. Speaking of Starbucks, guys, what's crazy is you may think that this looks like a Starbucks behind me. Well, that's because this was a Starbucks location. They kept all the same decorations, and then they made it into, well, they made it into that. It's no longer a Starbucks, but they kept all the original designs and everything, so that's special. And it's sad because I actually like this Starbucks. It was a much better functioning Starbucks, and now it's that. It's become so frustrating that, like, Starbucks in general, like, you can't even go to a Starbucks anymore. Like, Starbucks, like, the environments in them have become, like, so gross inside. But it's increasingly frustrating, just like as you've seen with Starbucks, like in LA or other places, like how gross they have become inside. I don't know if any of you like have like a local Starbucks that you go to in your area that's like you've seen over the years become like just like worse over the years. This is a very expensive area with very expensive units on the ocean. You know what I mean? You have newer development here in Sunny Isles in some of these buildings, like that one and some of the other ones that are down that way, where, you know, a unit in Sunny Isles can be, you know, $40 million on the ocean, with the average being, I don't know, like 2 or 3. And it's annoying because you have a shopping center here, for example, where you have businesses. That's Pollo Tropical. You have Starbucks here, and then you have a couple Starbucks nearby as well. But all of these Starbucks in this area, and you can see how expensive the area is, are really crappy. Like, people know not to go to Starbucks anymore. It's like one creepy dude after another. Like, honestly, what you would call deviant men. You'll see like 20 men all like in different places, sitting like scattered, staring at the women in there. You'll see some women come in and out, and they'll basically get a coffee and they'll go, and they make sure to go very quickly, and everyone knows basically not to like be like in there. And that came a lot as a Starbucks issue, because like Starbucks has like done nothing to like make people feel, I guess, like, you know, okay in there. I had like a guy sit down directly next to me who was, you know, what you would call a deviant. He was dangerous. He wasn't minding his own business as like a liberal personal comment. He was full on just glaring at me, and it was only a matter of time till he, you know, possibly approached me or did something. So it's like I had to, you know, be aware and get out of the Starbucks, because it's a situation where, you know, Starbucks just does not throw these people out. I sat next to him for maybe 2 minutes, or less than 2 minutes, before getting up and deciding to exit the Starbucks. And when I did stand up and leave, he immediately starts screaming rabidly at me, profanities and stuff like that. So it's like, I guess I made the correct decision, not like sitting next to him and, you know, doing the liberal woke thing of sitting next to him and being like, oh, it's okay, I don't mind sitting next to you, even though you're just glaring at me with your face turned towards me sideways. But it's frustrating because Starbucks does nothing about this. And I've watched a neighborhood Starbucks, you know, basically go from a place that you could sit, which was across the beach, to an environment where you can only like basically get it to go, because it's encountering a lot of the same issues as you know, that you're seeing in LA and such. I once had a situation where a man was like coming over to me like 10 times in a row, just kept coming over, and I finally told like the Starbucks employees, they saw it. I told them I'm feeling unsafe. I said that, you know, can you help me in this situation, you know? And they basically said he could do whatever he wants. Like, he's a customer too, and therefore he has the right to come up to you and harass you, essentially. So a lot of it is their own personal ideologies, the employees. And second of all, and I don't blame them on this, they probably don't get paid enough to care. So like, if they don't get paid enough to care, they're not going to do anything about it, unfortunately. They want to, honestly, if I was in their situation, they want to just come to work, kind of like bury their head in the sand, and, you know, not have to deal with anything or get involved with anything that then they have to answer to corporate to. So you have businesses here that are like little like mom and pop type bakeries and restaurants, and they don't have the same situation happening. So in other words, they have someone who's not going to pay to be there, they're going to throw them out. They're not going to let people just like be deviants and sit there all day long. So it's frustrating. The only good Starbucks is I know of. You're seeing that shuttle. By the way, that's the Sunny Isle shuttle. It takes you like the supermarket, the mall, everything you need in life. So the only Starbucks that are good that I have seen that are bearable are, like, for example, the one at the University of Miami, because that's a private environment and obviously it's pretty much going to cater to only students, you know, and faculty and, you know, a parent that's visiting the school, that type of stuff. So obviously you can tell that's going to be a very different environment. And the one at Disney Springs, again, because it's a private environment and they're going to kind of monitor who's in the environment, and it gets more of like a family type of person. So obviously the one at Disney Springs, or in a theme park where someone has to pay a ticket to get into a park, Starbucks policies have like backfired on them because they made it like this is our third place or whatever they called it, and obviously now it's, you know, homeless and deviants place, and all the customers have run out and don't want to be there because it's you can't be at a Starbucks anymore because they pretty much are all having the same problem. I'm wondering what that car is doing. They all have the same problem that you see in LA. So yeah, I wanted to just touch base with you guys and tell you, like, share with you like a lot of the ongoings that happen here in Miami. So yeah, the Starbucks that you've heard about on the news are like being a lost cause in LA and some places like Oregon. We're having a lot of the same issues here in Miami, maybe a little bit different issues, but still issues. And yeah, it's kind of become a lost cause. You just have to find somewhere else to go. You know, I know Disney in that area has, you know, Joffrey's, and there's like a lot of other options, or like go to like even like your local mom and pop type places, but it's not a good situation because you're not going to go in a Starbucks and sit next to someone who's just glaring at you. So I ended up getting myself an iced coffee, not from Starbucks, but from Nordstrom, and it's really good here anyhow, and I honestly think that they make the coffee here better anyhow. So yeah, I thought that was a nice way to end my video. I'll be like, I went to Nordstrom and got myself an iced coffee, and it's really good. So I got myself my iced coffee, and it's really good. Ignore my hair, I worked out, so my hair is all like, woo! But it's really good. To be honest, I think the iced coffee from Nordstrom is even better. Ooh, look, the sun is coming in and getting all bright. The sun is coming because the sun appreciates the iced coffee. And yeah, and it's good.